Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm not a financial advisor, just go through the disclaimer here. This is a video recorded from different multiple sessions organized. Please enjoy the video. If you like it, do the subscription and thumbs up. Okay, let us take ITC, okay? See, on a quarterly basis, how much percentage of the stock is held by FII, DII, government and public? Almost like 5 years back, 70 percentage of or 50 to 60 percentage were public were holding it,
Okay.
ATC. The time FII and DIS were very less. இப்ப பாருங்க FII is holding 40 percentage and DII is holding 44 percentage and public is holding very less. It's a very good sign to invest in the stock. If the stock is really doing, if you go back to the chart now, you can see
அண்ணா
what
ஒரே
I'm.
ஒரு செகண்ட். இந்த FIDI என்னது அதோட ஃபுல் இது?
Foreign institutional investors and domestic institutional investors. In India based HDFC இருக்கு இல்லையா,
ம்
ICICI இருக்கு இல்லையா,
ம்
இவங்கெல்லாம் வந்து மியூச்சுவல் ஃபண்ட் ஹோல்டர்ஸ், அதாவது
ம்
ஏஎம்சின்னு சொல்லுவோம், அசட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்
ம்
கம்பெனிஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ அதே
ம்
மாதிரி நம்ம எல்ஐசி
ம்
இவங்கெல்லாம் வந்து டொமஸ்டிக் institutional investors. What I'm talking
ஓகே.
about, this big money guys, they are the one have the capacity to change the market direction. They will buy in lot and they sell it in lot. அதே மாதிரி
அவங்க வந்து டிஐஎஸ்ஆ?
டிஐஎஸ், இப்போ எல்ஐசி, ஹெச்டிஎஃப்சி,
ம்
ஐசிஐசிஐ, ஃப்ராங்க்லின் டெம்பிள்டன், நிப்பான்,
ஓகே.
இது
ஆ
எல்லாமே வந்து இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷனல் இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ் இல்லையா.
ஆ.
அதே மாதிரி எஃப்ஐஐ அப்படிங்கிறவங்க வந்து இட் இஸ் அகெயின் லைக் ஃபாரின் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷனல் இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ் லைக் பிளாக் ராக், வேன்கார்ட், இவங்கெல்லாம் வந்து ஃபாரின் மியூச்சுவல் ஃபண்ட்ஸ் லைக் டூ இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் ஃப்ரம் அதர் கண்ட்ரி to India. Any individual or investors from outsiders of
ம்
country
ம்
called a foreign institutional investors. And
ஓகே.
also the government hold stocks like a Singapore government and few other governments also buy the stocks, Indian stocks that comes under the government.
ஓகே.
And
ஓகே.
public is like you and me.
Yeah, the reason why you suggest we trust in institutional investors is because they have their own fund managers. They do lot of analysis. ஏன் நம்ம இவ்வளோ பேராமீட்டர்ஸ் பார்க்கணும்னு சொல்கிறீங்க, பட் இருந்தும் அவங்க ட்ரைவ் பண்ணுறதை வச்சு பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா
அவங்கள பத்தி அவங்க பண்ணும்போது நம்ம அவங்களோட சேர்ந்துக்கணும். That is what I'm trying to say. We should not be against them. We should be with them.
ஓகே.
Whenever they do any investment or a trading, அதை நம்ம வந்து ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ற அளவுக்கு நமக்கு நாலேஜ் இருக்கணும். அதுதான் ஐம் ட்ரைங் டு சே. அது போய் அவங்க கிட்ட நம்ம கேட்க முடியும். வி கான்ட் நோ, வி வில் நாட் பி ஏபிள் டு கெட் திஸ் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் ஃப்ரம் தெம், பட் வி கேன் ரீட் தட் ஃப்ரம் த சார்ட் வாட் ஐம் டூயிங் இட் by this demand and supply, effort versus results, and cause and effect. They can't hide their trading or buying activity from these charts. If you are getting expertise reading the chart, what is happening on particular stock, say if we are talking about ITC, right? If I go to ITC, let me show the start for last 7-8 years. ITC was
Yes.
in a accumulation for quite some time.
So Santosh, just one point, Santosh, adding to
Yeah.
that. Okay. I think we can go in NSE share and we can check. Okay. So daily how many shares has been sold, how many has been like got
Yeah,
and
it's there,
everything.
it's there.
In
Yeah,
that in that way I think we can know when to buy and when to sell.
NSC, yeah, but that information itself is not, see, I'm showing here for 2006 to 2025. This is almost like a history of 20 years. Okay, what I was talking about is I started investing on this time frame to the ITC, but at that time the stock was in the hands of public most of the time, but it was not going up or down for quite some time. Exactly this time frame, like a 2022 2021 to 2023 until this breakout has happened. In the time frame la vandu people were mostly it was with retailers, but the FII and DII started buying in this time frame, accumulating the stock by knowing that ITC just moved their business strategy, not just only the cigarette business. They started doing a lot of FMCG products. Like they tied up with agriculture lands to make some ATA related, and there are so many initiatives were started to come out of the business, not completely out. They want to diversify their business from cigarette to various other things. They get into the stationery business, they get into the hotel business, they get into agriculture business, and they get into FMCG. Because of that, they started showing some good revenues. Then automatically FIIs and DIIs started buying this stock. That transition happened from 2020 this time frame.
Okay.
After this fall, this was happening. But for ITC from 2019 to 2022, the business transformation time, the stock was so boring. Nobody wants to invest. The panic selling was happening from the public. And that's the time they started accumulating FIIs and DIIs. They
Okay.
started accumulating around in this price range, and then they started holding the stock. Now you see 80% of the stock is with the institutional investors. Only you have a float of just 14% left with the public. Okay, so that's the transformation happened to this stock.
I have a question now.
Yeah.
இப்போ வந்து இதே சார்ட்ல பார்த்தோம்னா 2021 to 2022 அந்த டைம் ஃப்ரேம்ல அக்யூமுலேட் ஆயிருக்கு, அண்ட் தென் மார்க்அப், அதுக்கப்புறம்
டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூஷன். யா, எக்ஸாக்ட்லி.
ஸோ நவ் இப்போ வந்து இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷனல் இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ் வந்து அதுல வந்து ஸ்டில் ஹோல்டிங் த
இல்ல அப்படி அதுதான் வந்து அது வந்து ரீஅக்குமுலேஷன் பாங்க அகைன். ஓகேங்களா? It's not just going to be distribution happening. See, they keep campaigning a stock, like, you know, they don't want to they will see an opportunity compared to ITC. They might find another opportunity. The few investors will get inside and few investors will go outside. But the transformation period வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து accumulation நடந்துட்டு அது அப்படியே மேல போயிட்டு இருக்காது. There would be a reaccumulation, again markup, again even a distribution can also happen. ஓகே, நீங்க இப்போ ஒரு கம்பெனி எடுத்துக்கிறீங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். இப்போ ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் வந்து MCD எடுக்கிறேன், மெக்டொனால்டோட லெட்ஸ் சே 20 years ஓட ஹிஸ்ட்ரி பார்ப்போம். ஓகேங்களா? சி McD வாஸ் 2006. இது ஓகே, இந்த ஃபேஸ் வந்து மார்க்அப். ஓகேங்களா? அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த ஃபேஸ் ஒரு எத்தனை வருஷம், 1.5 year, 2008 to 2000 ஒரு 1.5 வருஷம் வந்து இட் இஸ் கான் இன் டு அ சைட்வேஸ் மார்க்கெட். ஓகே, தட் மீன்ஸ் த பிரைஸ் வாஸ் ஜஸ்ட் இன் த ரேஞ்ச் ஆஃப் 39 to around 40 to this price range. அதுக்கப்புறம் இங்க பிரேக் அவுட் ஆயிருக்கு. எங்க 2010ல பிரேக் அவுட் ஆகி the price went till 71. Okay, so this is a markup, and then it had a break pass for at least 1.5 years. ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு reaccumulation. Okay, then again it went up. So what you see here is for the 20 years, more than 20 years, even if you go more than that, say you have a 100 years of history. Oh, thanks. How to update it? Okay, I don't have it. See, if you look at this stock, why you should hold MCD? Because it is going 45-degree up. Okay. And then you hold it when you bought it $20, and then you hold it for 20 years. It went from $20 to 307. How much multifolded it is? Okay, so it gives you a kind of a impression to that if I buy it today and then I hold it for the next 10 years, I would get another multifold. you're not taking a much risk here. MACD
Okay.
is a very established business, a very big company. Similarly, you take Amazon. There are so many good companies like that. You see the 45-degree for the 20 years. You take a Microsoft. Okay, you see that.
Okay.
Let me tell you another company where we don't see that. You see the Tesla. Tesla, everybody talks about a great, but doesn't have the same characteristics when you look at this chart. It just,
Okay.
it doesn't go 45-degree. Okay. This is also a good company. Let me take some bad company. GE. You have a 2007 or 2008, you bought it on 131, right? After 20 years, the price is 177. If you assume you put $100 in GE 20 years back, at the same $100 you put it into Amazon, right? What would happen your capital, right? This 20 years, GE is not given you much returns, no
Correct.
returns at
Okay.
all. Your money is depreciated now. But if you bought it something Amazon or a Microsoft or anything 20 years back, knowing that the chart is so good, right? If you simply look at this 20 years chart and then you just blindly bought that stock, you will make money in another 10 years.
Okay.
You don't need to be very great about investment. All you need to know what is the chart is telling you.
ஸோ இப்போ ஈவன் அந்த அந்த ரீஅக்குமுலேஷன் பீரியட் இருக்கும்போதுமே இந்த பிக் இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸோட அலைன் ஆகி நாம வந்து அக்யூமுலேட் பண்ணி நம்மளோட ஆவரேஜ் பண்ணிக்கலாம் அந்த மாதிரி.
ஆமா, we can do that as well. We
Okay.
can keep accumulating and then we can keep riding that trend and then we can book a profit. See, all that would happen when you get experienced on this strategy.
Okay.
Okay, it's nothing stops you to make a profit when you feel like you want to make a profit. Only thing is you should not become a victim to the big guys. The moment you take a decision to buy, right, or you want to sell it, it has to align with the guys who are very big in the market. You should not go in opposite to them.
Okay.
Okay, you should know this place I want to sell it and I want to enter it here, right? This is how you have to decide how this can happen if you understand what's done by the big institutional investors.
Okay, அது இப்போ இப்போ என்டரிங் அண்ட் எக்ஸிட்டிங் வந்து பிக் இன்வெஸ்டர்ஸ் மட்டுமே பேஸ் பண்ணி இல்லாம நம்ம ஸ்டாக்கோட
Fundamentals.
Fundamentals only. High quality stock and intrinsic value. Okay, it doesn't matter even that is a fundamental is so great, but if it is selling at a premium price, you should not buy it.
Okay.
For example, Meta is so good, okay, but the Meta was selling around $600-700. You should not go and buy it. You have to wait to come like today, $590. Now it makes sense to buy it. Last 3 years, it was selling like in a very high range. If you are buying it at that time, ultimately today it is selling around 590 or we always look at that intrinsic value. That is the matters. When it is below the intrinsic value with a discount of 20 to 30%, you can buy it.
சரி, இப்போ மெட்டா வந்து நம்ம பி/பி ரேஷியோனா நம்ம புக் வேல்யூ டு ஆக்சுவல் வேல்யூட அந்த ரேஷியோ தானே அது?
எது சொல்றீங்க? இல்ல ஆக்சுவல் இன்ட்ரின்சிக் வேல்யூங்கிறது அது கிடையாதுங்க. இன்ட்ரின்சிக் வேல்யூ இஸ் கால்குலேட்டட் பை a method called discounted cash flow. The revenue and then their market cap, and what is that they are creating a net profit for the last 5 years on year-on-year basis, quarter-on-quarter basis, and then what is that predicted for next 5 to 10 years? What is the percentage of growth expected for that business? Okay, இது எல்லாத்தையும் வச்சு யூ ஆல்சோ யுவர் அசெட் வேல்யூ, அந்த கம்பெனிக்கு வந்து அவன் பிசிக்கலா எவ்வளவு அசெட் இருக்கு, அவனோட இன்னோவேஷன்ஸ் என்ன பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கான், இது எல்லாத்தையும் சேர்த்து இன்னைக்கு பாலாவோட வேல்யூ என்னன்னா, நீங்க எவ்வளவு இடத்துல இடம் வாங்கி போட்டிருக்கீங்க, எவ்வளவு கோல்டு வச்சிருக்கீங்க, கையில எவ்வளவு கேஷ் வச்சிருக்கீங்க, இது எல்லாத்தையும் வச்சு உங்களோட ஒர்த் சொல்ல முடியுமா?
ஓகே.
ஓகே, அதுக்கப்புறம் உங்க நெய்பர் வந்து உங்ககிட்ட இவ்வளவு இருக்குன்னு சொல்லுவாரு இல்லையா?
ம்.
Like
ம்.
they think that you have some several crores,
ம்.
right? But actually what you have, it may be a few crores, right?
ம்.
That
ம்.
is the difference I'm talking about. You should
ஓகே.
not buy it like when the price is under premium. You should only buy
ம்.
it when it is in the intrinsic value. I was giving another example last week, like the government guideline value for any
ஆ.
land.
ஆ.
Okay, so that is the real value of the land. What broker says or what the seller says is not the real value.
ஓகே.
So you have to understand that real value, and then you should not
ம்.
buy it at the real value. You
ஆ.
have to wait for that
ம்.
to 20 to 30% down to get a
ம்.
discount. That time when you're buying it, you are having a safety of margin. Okay, even
ஓகே.
further it goes down, you will still will not make much loss. See, today its price is 162 Google. Okay, this is the value of GF 171. They are talking about that intrinsic value. Restricted, so I think I have to log in, but give a try to this site, GrowFocus, like Microsoft, Amazon, and then you can look at it. Like there are multiple methods to calculate it, or just
Okay.
put it intrinsic value calculator. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, subscribe and like it.